Chapter 3, Day 1. One of the more popular districts in Nova's Tokyo, Shibuya. I heard there's more people here than in Tokyo Dome City. Must get busy around here, otherwise those merchants would set up shop elsewhere. Are we going shopping? I heard Shibuya's got a lot of trade going on. They've got decent commerce going on for a bunch of people with no Sanctus affiliation. Those merchants trade contraband? Most likely. Shibuya is the place to be if you're not shipped and got goods to trade. It's no different than from the trading centers where we bought our treasure back in the day. This deep into Sanctus territory, though. How could Sanctus let this happen under its nose? This place used to get raided a lot, but nowadays Sanctus has no manpower to spare. GPA so far its own ass, can afford to send any guards here. You sure know a lot, man. You shop here often? Running a bar let me in on a lot of info from all over. There are things I wish I could unhear. Know any great finds hiding around here? Like one of those unappreciated treasures we could buy dirt cheap and sell for a fortune? It's only been 2 years. You're not in the loop anymore? Guess I focused too much on starting a family band. Gotta admit, I still get the itch now and then. Guys, don't forget why we're here. We gotta find Toshio. Take a chill pill, as if we'd forget. Where do we even start, though? Are we sure Toshio lives here? I was with him before I started looking for you guys. He said he'd be here. As for finding him, he spent the last 2 years in the area, so someone's gotta know something. Better start asking questions, then. You make it sound like it's an interrogation, AG. That's exactly what our friend here is good at. I'm only rough when I have to be, okay? AG shrugged. You let out a heavy sigh and set his sights on the merchants in front of them. So we can't examine this, or this, or that. Sublime. Hey, You're not here to trade. By the look on your face, you're searching for a friend. Maybe even a relative. Unfortunately for you, I am not an information broker. No, I just wanted to... I have to ask you to leave, because if you stay for too long and walk away with nothing, it'll look like I'm not good at what I do. In other words... Scram. Fine. He's not taking questions, only your stuff for his stuff. Hello there, friend. I don't smell capitalism in you. Is there a problem? I'm not here to do business. I'm looking for a friend. Maybe know him. Oh, so you want me to ask me a question, huh? You want me to give you something that's valuable to you? That's great. You can't have a deal without value involved, after all. I don't have much on me. How much would it cost to ask if you knew my friend? That depends. How important is this friend? Is he truly a friend of yours, or maybe an enemy? Are you an assassin who's trying to kill this friend of yours? Maybe there's a bounty we can split between us afterwards. Just kidding. I only do business concerning people who are still alive and breathing. Forget it. I just wanted to ask a simple question. These merchants are no good. They won't say anything without a fee. Must be a local custom, one outspoken rule that merchants in the area must follow. We even encountered a few of those, huh? Like no weapons or perishable goods only. Train in a way that best conforms to the community they're in. Shibuya's merchants probably follow rules that develop due to the tight competition. That guy was worried I'd walk away without trading anything because it'd make him look bad. Figures. Guessing other merchants have a similar mindset keeping them from providing info, which in itself can be used for trade. We'll have to look around and ask the locals, huh? Shouldn't be too hard. This place can't be much bigger than other districts, and we still have time until sundown. We might run into Toshio by simply strolling around, you mean? Alright. Suddenly the group hears a commotion coming from the left path, and... cheering? You hear that? Something's going on over there. Should we check it out? Some locals ought to know where our genius buddy is. Let's go. The commotion is on the other side. We might find Toshio there. No time for detours. You're right. My bad. Well, I'll be. He's putting on quite a show, huh? Maybe he should join our band. What's with this crowd? What are they all bunched up together for? Wow, does it bite? Of course not. Hachiko is a good dog, okay? Can it do tricks? Can he ever? Hachiko, play dead. Is it dead? Hachiko, who's the fairest of them all? Hachiko rolled over and barked at the girl. Wow! Nice, he can even program the robot to perform tricks. Excuse me? I didn't program Hachiko to do anything. He learns when you teach him, just like a real dog. Quite the superstar, isn't he? Every dog has its day, or so they say. Let's wait until... Hey, Toshi boy, over here, little man! Oh, for crying out loud. What? Wait, is that... The group pushed through the crowd and walked towards Toshio. Gunther, and you! When did you get here? It's great to see you guys again. I'm here too, kid. Old man Eiji, how's it going? You're dead. I thought you'd be here. You've really done it, huh? Gained the old guy and the rock star himself? Gunther puffs out his chest with a hint of pride. Well, you know. I told you they'd understand. Was there any doubt? Now we've come to grab you. Yeah, I bet. Alright, folks. Show's over. We need a little privacy for some manly conversation over here. You're the manliest of them all. But your dog is really cool. I want to see him do more tricks. You'll see him again. I'll be here just for you. Now hurry along. You're the real rockstar here, man. Nice work on that girl right there. Since when did you become a hit with the ladies? I guess I rubbed off on you, huh? Nah, it's nothing really. Nice to see you three again. Told you they'd tag along, right? Dragged along, more like it. So do his eyebrows disappear here? Because this is kind of annoying me. Like, it kind of looks like they're supposed to be right here, but they're not. Anything for my old buddies? There's only one buddy that's old here. You can see his eyebrows here now. That's odd. You people are asses. After Toshio gets what's coming to him, you're next, you. I thought Gunther might tag along for fun, but I wasn't sure Eiji would buy the idea. It wasn't easy. I doubt Gunther's completely sold. We're chasing what could be a myth, a phantom, an urban legend. But a chance to see Miho again, or the possibility that the Ark can make all our lives better. That's borderline irresistible for the likes of us. We're still treasure hunters at heart, and Noah's Ark is the ultimate catch. You can say that again. In the old world, the Ark's what they called the Holy Grail. A fabled treasure that's both incredibly important and near impossible to find. Oh, right. You want me to go with you? Is that it? Is that why you're all the way out here? You, Hayami, and Midori. We need every member of Churchalton on the same boat. We're almost all together again. We can't go see Miho without everyone, remember? We're going to see Hayami next, as soon as you're ready to leave Shibuya. Are you sure about leaving so soon? Don't you want to rest first? We came here from Tokyo Dome City. Left first thing in the morning, so we're still fresh. Besides, we don't have a lot of time to spare. You know Sanctus or GPA could beat us to the Ark. Assuming neither of them don't already have it anyway. Did the box we found in Nakano have any info about its location? No, I'm just going by gut feeling at this point, and my gut tells me one of those groups already has it. That works for us, doesn't it? At least now we know it does exist somehow, whatever its true purpose is. Yeah, but how do you intend to pull it out of Sanctus or GPA HQ if it comes to that? We'll figure it out. That's a better scenario than trying to find a needle in a haystack. No one's ever beaten us at attaining the unattainable, as long as we know where our target is and we're all together. Now that's what I like to hear from our leader. Go you! What kind of leader am I if our group is missing members? Right now I'm doing a terrible job of leading. Until Churchalton is complete again, I'm not accepting any nominations. So how about it, Toshio? Are we ready to see the others? This is just a little overwhelming, you know. Can I get some time to breathe? We're running all the way to Yami, then Midori. Let's worry about breathing later. Don't be so cold, you. At least be happy to see the kid first. Eiji's right. We just got here. I haven't seen this little guy in forever. We need some time to catch up, right, boyo? Come on, Toshi boy, give me a hug. Get away from me. I'm all for pleasantries and everything, but I'd rather go straight to the point if you don't mind. You're coming with us to find the Ark, right, Toshio? Yeah, of course. Then what are we waiting for? Don't I get time to prepare? You know how important prep time is. Got unfinished business, kid? Yeah, well, it's not that big of a deal. I just can't up and leave, you know? They'll make me a missing person. I'll need a bit to sort things out. Gunther nodded in information. Uh-huh. I know exactly what you mean. The star can't suddenly disappear. It'll cause problems for everyone. I don't... The kid needs time. We did come here unannounced. Let him prepare mentally for this trip first, eh, you? I guess you're right. Sorry if I'm in such a rush, Toshio. It's okay. I understand the situation fully well. Like Grandpa says, I just need some time. I'll be on your side, Brat. I'm trying to be on your side, Brat. Sorry about that. Anyway, would you mind? I was in the middle of a show. A show? You mean with that dog? Is that how you make a living? Yep. I received enough donations to get by thanks to Hachiko. He looks a little weird. He's not 100% biological, that's why. Pretty neat, huh? I spent the last couple of years building him. I traded away almost everything from our golden days for him to survive, to find parts for him and survive. But it's been totally worth it. He's not just a robot dog, he's a good buddy of mine. I wouldn't mind seeing more of his tricks. Give us a good show, Toshio. Bet on it. The group stood a few meters away from Toshio, who issued commands for Hachiko to do tricks. A crowd started to form around Toshio and his lively robot dog. No way, that's a robot? It moves exactly like a real dog. Maybe it has a supercomputer for a brain with all the movements of a dog stored in it. Hachiko doesn't just move like a dog, he thinks like a dog too. You teach him tricks like you teach a real dog. He does all sorts of funny things, and he feels sad when we don't see each other for a while. Hachiko! The girl ran towards Hachiko and hugged him. You missed me? You did! Good dog. Hey, Eri? Look, the kid's blushing. Looks like his girlfriend's arrived. What? No, Eri's not my girlfriend. How could you say that? It's not nice to deny your girlfriend in front of everyone, you know? It's probably just shy. I'm not. Stop it, okay? Eri continued to play with Hachiko. Is Toshi treating you well? He's not overworking you, is he? Toshi... Did he have a nickname like that before? Nope. But now I know what to call him. Toshi! Where do you even get that idea? Hachiko, where's your tail? Hachiko ran in circles chasing his tail. He's so cute. What? No, I think I'm average looking. She was talking to the dog, lover boy. Oh, you meant Hachiko. Toshio's cheeks flushed red as he watched Eri play with Hachiko. So that's his unfinished business. You don't even think about it. What? Oh, come on, there's no way I'd hurt a little girl. You can hurt Toshio, then? No, I'd never. Good. I'll be watching. What are you two talking about? Nothing. Just remarking how happy Toshio looked when he saw that girl. I'm not blushing, okay? Whatever you say. You and the other two watched until the crowd around Toshio gradually dispersed. Thanks, Toshi, Hachiko. I had fun today. Don't mention it. Hachiko likes it when you come around. I'll see you again tomorrow, then. You bet. We'll be here. Looks like the gig's over. Eiji looked at you. The three approached Toshio with Gunther in front. Real ladies' man, just like I thought. You're the real star, Toshio. I always thought you were only interested in e-books. He's at that age. Girls must be higher on the priority list now. Stop it, guys. Not you too. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Say that again. You've never been to a battlefield, have you? Life's a battlefield, right? Wise words for a young man, if you know what they mean. I've had my fair share of experiences, so you can say I've gained some wisdom. Right, but true wisdom comes with age. I'm not in a hurry to grow old, believe me, but I'll take as much wisdom as anybody wants to share with me. Feldgrau. What? My name is Feldgrau. I'm you. Nice to meet you. You? Yeah. We'll meet again. As long as you don't kick the bucket, I'll be around. I've cheated death more times than you've been with a lady. Can't argue with that. Let an old man enjoy this beautiful day in peace. You got it, Gramps. Nothing to interact with in the background. Can't interact with the pooch. Superstars finally got some space to breathe. It's not a big deal. Hachiko's popular, not me. Still find it hard to believe it isn't flesh and bone. Awesome, right? Did a lot of R&D on top at the time it took to actually build him. Apparently, robot dogs never caught on in the old world because most people didn't want to replace the real thing. But you wanted to give it a shot anyway because it was a good challenge, right? You bet. I much prefer a dog who's as good as a real one, but doesn't produce waste. I'd love a science lesson, but we want to ask a few other questions as well. Oh, I bet. It's good you bring that up now, because I could ramble on and on talking about Hachiko. Believe me, I know. What was that commotion about? What can I say? People love Hachiko. That's not what I meant. A while ago you were red as tomato. I was not. Get a mirror. Why were you so worked up? They were teasing me about this girl, saying she's my girlfriend. Isn't she? You playboy. I know how it goes, man. They're all just friends, right? No, it's not like that. No need to be shy about these things. I'm not joking, okay? She comes here often. That's why Hachiko's grown to like her. Not because she's my girlfriend or anything. Ain't that the truth? It is. What? Stop staring! You kept staring at Toshio. Fine, I have a girlfriend, but it's not Eri, okay? Oh yeah. Who's the lucky girl then? She's not from around here. She's far away. If she's so far away, how'd she become your girlfriend? For your information, I'm former Charlton too. I know how to get around. I've been to places with you guys. My life doesn't revolve around Shibuya. I could get a girlfriend all the way from Osaka if I wanted to. Wow, how awfully masculine of you. Tell me about this girlfriend of yours. Why do you care? It's just a simple question from one friend to another. Yeah, what's the big deal? We're all buddies here. Tell us about your girl. She's really pretty and she's my age, I guess. I don't really know what to tell you. That's kind of a letdown. You gotta have more to say than just that. Guess the little man doesn't kiss and tell, right? Yeah, exactly. I like my relationships all discreet-like. So your girlfriend is around your age, huh? I'm surprised. What's that supposed to mean? You wanted to get it on with Hayami, didn't you? Anyone would think you're into older women. Oh, I remember that. Toshi would always stay near her and play with his tech stuff trying to get her interested in them. She never even reacted. So humiliating. Remember that time when Toshio would carry her things like a little gentleman? Oh yeah, he was holding doors, telling her to watch her step, and allowing her to have his favorite seat in the Jeep. It was so adorable. First, I didn't want to get it on. That just sounds nasty. Second, screw all of you guys. So why the dog? Building robot animals a new hobby of yours. Oh, Hachiko? When I found out about the historical dog that used to have a statue here, I thought it was a no-brainer. It'd be a nice gesture for the locals, and I'd be able to see if I could program a realistic pet AI. AI? Isn't that just a dog with mechanical prosthetics? I'll take that as a compliment. Wow, it really is a robot. Through and through. Took a while to collect everything I needed to put them together, not to mention the time to actually build them. My share from our treasure hunting days really came in handy. Pretty much spent it at this point, but I'm happy with the results. It's hard to tell the difference between Hachiko and a real dog. Your customers are impressed. I imagine making a move like that is more challenging than the AI. The AI drives his actions, his movements, the way he reacts to all kinds of stimuli, and so on. Once you're past that part, the rest is easy. That begs the question. You didn't use a real dog for your robot, did you? That fur looks awfully real. Almost everything about him looks real, except the metal legs. Yep, I know. You're not going to make a realistic robot girlfriend next, are you? I can't even begin to imagine where to start if I'm to develop a human AI. They'd make great strides before the war, but even the sharpest minds of the old world can do it. Gotta say, though, that'd be quite an accomplishment. You can probably pull it off, given enough time and resources. As if I'd be that interested in a robot girlfriend. Or so you say. When do you think you'll be ready? We've got quite a trip ahead of us. It's getting late, you. Do we really want to leave right now? It wouldn't be the safest thing to do. I'm fine traveling at night on my own, but I don't want to put others at risk. I thought as much. You talk like we can't handle ourselves. He's always had that lone wolf thing going on, huh? Sorry, just speaking my mind out. Will you be ready tomorrow, then? This isn't something I can decide on overnight. I'm trying my best, you. What are you talking about? What's there to decide? We were going to look for the Ark all along, weren't we? What do you have to mull over? You of all people should understand what's in front of us. This isn't just about Miho. The Ark can affect everyone's lives. It's not something that can only restore one life. It's so important Sanctus and the GPA would kill each other over it. Worst case scenario, we unravel the truth behind the Ark. You'd like that, wouldn't you? You're right. Maybe I've just been too comfortable living here in Shibuya. It's not every day that you can find a place you can call home, you know. I feel like I have a place in this community. No one ever tries to take over or even question where I live. We're not going to be gone for too long. You'll still be the lovable geeky kid with a robot dog once we're done. You're right, you. Just gotta put myself in the right mindset. I need time to do this, you. Maybe a good night's sleep is all I need. And some time alone. Toshio walked off with Hachiko. Let him go. He needs some time alone, he said. I'm telling you guys, it happens to all boys his age. Puberty. Ring any bells? I was never like that. Only because you had to stand up for your sister even at a very young age. You skipped puberty without really realizing it. Toshio was pampered by his parents. Be glad he doesn't act like a spoiled brat. He's proven to be reliable whenever we needed him. Oh yeah, I remember those days. He was pretty sheltered when we met him. Didn't know how to pick his own nose. He wouldn't have lasted a week if we didn't find him at the right time. He had this plan to set booby traps around this house, right? Locking yourself up surrounded by traps. That's something a kid who spent too much time watching movies would come up with. He didn't even have the craftsmanship to build those traps either. They were all theoretical at that point. Memorizing instructions from some home defense ebook isn't enough for a child to survive. His incredible memory proved to be really handy though, didn't it? For Charlton, sure. He also did learn how to make traps eventually. But I don't envy having a photographic memory like he does. Imagine being able to perfectly recreate in your mind the images of your parents getting mauled to death. Probably happens even when he isn't trying. Okay, that's enough. Right now, we have to do what we can. Maybe. Don't even think about it. Use Toshio's parents in any way and Miho would regret having you as a brother. Do you realize this, you? Of course I do. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't do anything like that. That burden is something he worked years to get rid of. I won't take that skeleton out of the closet. I want Miho back, but I'm also a friend of Toshio and everyone at Charlton. I'd rather not hurt anyone. I was gonna say, maybe we should ask the locals. If Toshio has any unfinished business that we can have a hand in, we've got to help, right? Let's just agree on that, guys. We can waste time bickering among ourselves. Miho is waiting. Okay, nothing there. Nothing here. I think it was at the other street. What other one? Oh. There's people wherever I go. That's Shibuya for you. Now I'm even more convinced that locals would know Toshio. Or rather, that kid with the robot dog that gathers crowds near the station. So yeah, it looks like there was only a lot to examine in the first chapter. Can't talk to him, just these two. Hey, lady, are you a local here? What does that look like? Am I so sophisticated that I look foreign? No, not at all. Then what are you trying to say? Wait a minute. Do I look so uncultured that I couldn't possibly be a resident of Shibuya? Is that what you're telling me? No, but I don't even know how culture has anything to do with Shibuya, really. Wherever I go, all I see are people trying to get by. It's all the same to me. Spoken like a true peasant, as long as you're not looking down on me. I'm on top of the pecking order. You're at the bottom, you understand? Okay. What does the commoner want from me? You wouldn't happen to know Toshio, would you? Who wouldn't know that kid? Bit of a loudmouth, but he's generally a good boy. He is rather the talk of the town nowadays because of his robot dog. You're talking about Hachiko, right? You are knowledgeable for a peasant, aren't you? You are correct. Toshio calls his robot dog Hachiko. Hachiko is a popular real dog in the old world. Stories say he died waiting for his owner at the very same spot for a long time. He was so popular that they made a statue of him. That statue was destroyed during the war. Toshio named his robot after the historical Hachiko. How could he do that? How pretentious. They're not even the same breed, you know. Peasants. I see. Probably got bored after he messed up at Kinkakuji. Everyone knows the sob story. What a mundane tale. You've heard of it, huh? What do the people of Shibuya know about the story? More than what's necessary, I would say. Treasure hunting is so passé. Most treasures are now in the hands of merchants, fetching the highest value for trade. You're not wrong, lady. Treasure hunters are sort of a dying breed. I am never wrong, peasant. Can you tell me more about the incident in Kinkakuji? What does Toshio tell people about it? Nothing too important. Tall tales that might impress peasants like you. He says he regrets what happened, but he's lying through his teeth. It's so obvious. He talks with so much pride whenever he opens his mouth about it. His eyes practically light up. Treasure hunting here, Derchalton there. The peasant boy said he had the blueprint for conquering Kinkakuji. But if he did, why did his mission end up in a disaster, huh? Explain that. Peasant logic. Wait, what? He said he had Kinkakuji's blueprint? Peasants, would it hurt you to clean your ears once in a while? Lady, I'll need your cooperation here if you please. Did he say he had the blueprint for Kinkakuji or not? Oh, you peasants are so hot-headed. Yes, he did. Listen carefully when people are talking to you, yes? Kinkakuji's blueprint. Could such a thing have survived? Like I would know. Some dirty old temple, right? Kinkakuji, that is. This blueprint could have been lost ages ago. You're right. Treasure hunters have attempted to map it out, but I've never heard of a definitive blueprint. Everyone just went on previous information gathered by those who entered Kinkakuji before them. The peasant is talking to himself. Clear sign of malnutrition, I'd say. Sorry about that. Thanks, lady. I'd do a courteous little bow for you, but I don't want to look silly. Oh, my Lord Septimus, the nerve. You peasants are the scum of Novus Tokyo. What could this blueprint be? Was Toshio just boasting about having such a thing? Did he say anything specific about Derchalton? Not really. He's the star of the story from the looks of it. Says he was the reason why this petty group could go as far as it did. Or at least that's what he wants people to believe. Does it even matter? Getting closer to the treasure than anyone has ever been means nothing if you don't actually walk out with the treasure. Peasants and their paltry dreams, no ambition at all. I'm a proper lady, you see, well-educated and all. I know of Derchalton and many other tales that went around. Really now, what do you know about Derchalton then? The group had fame going for it, that's for sure. They operate outside Novus Tokyo, but the educated like me have heard some stories about them. That's something, I guess, right? The name of the group is fancy, at least. Peasants may pronounce it as Derchalton, but it's more like Derchalton. A well-thought name, wouldn't you say? Whichever peasant who came up with it shouldn't be too proud. I have a much richer vocabulary. I see. Besides, they were a bunch of bums. Fancy name wouldn't matter. We were... I mean, that's not what I've heard. They were successful treasure hunters, right? They went around finding novel trinkets, doing nothing for the community. That's straight up bumhood if you ask me. Bumhood, huh? I guess you put it that way. Now, if you did not have the comprehension of a peasant, you know I'm subtly hinting at you to stop loitering around. Try doing something productive instead of asking about a bunch of bums, why don't you? Yeah, let me go back to peasantry business now. This woman. At least I got some valuable info out of her. So yeah, the only thing you can do is talk. How's business going? You'd make my day if you had something to trade, mister. Well, not today. But I'm new around here and I have a few questions. Oh, you've come to the wrong place. This isn't the information booth. I'm sorry. Just kidding. A poor attitude is bad for business. Ask away, friend. Yeah. Do you know a kid named Toshio? Of course, of course. Everyone who's been in Shibuya for a while knows him. Lively kid. He likes sciencey stuff and even built a robot dog. He's really popular around town, huh? You can say that. He puts on a lot of shows with that dog of his, you know? He used to be part of an even more popular group. Whatchamacallit. They were a bunch of treasure hunters. A trader's best friend. Yeah, we did a lot of business with traders back then. Oh, you used to be a treasure hunter too? Kind of. You merchants always know the scoop, right? To some extent, I suppose. Traveling merchants know more about rare items if that's what you're talking about. Shibuya traders like me deal with commodities for the most part. You need canned goods? Fresh clothes? A sledgehammer to bash your foe's face in? I've got it all right here. Probably. I'll pass. Sledgehammers are kind of cumbersome. You know your weapons, don't you? I see you got something nice sheathed over there. You know how it is. Can't go anywhere if you can't defend yourself. Yours has such a distinctive design, though. Can I see it, please? Okay. I don't know why we have to choose, but okay. Now that's a weapon. Portable, efficient, and dangerous, as long as you keep it sharp. You take good care of it, don't you? Doesn't show a lot of wear and tear, but I don't think it's brand new. Bet it's seen its fair share of action. Yeah, it's kind of special even as far as Tontos go. Handcrafted and extremely durable, but I treat it like a baby. I try not to use it unless I really have to. You could fetch a good deal for that, but it's not for barter, is it? It keeps me safe. Can't leave home without it. I wouldn't lose it for anything short of a rifle with infinite ammo. Thought so. I won't let something as fine as that go for any price. This might be silly for a merchant to say, but I'm not a complete utilitarian. I value aesthetics and cultural significance just as much as usefulness. That's my personal take anyway. I don't know many others who feel the same. Cup ramen? Bandages? A sharp knife to use against your sworn enemy? I've got it. So let's do the top one. Okay, so this is what I've seen before. Miho's Memento. Pointy edge is nice. Small and easy to conceal. You can use it like a throwing star. You could poke a man's eye out. But I don't think that's what you use as a weapon. Unless your idea of self-defense is rather slow and excruciating. It's not a weapon. It's my sister's. Oh, wonderful. Any girl would love to receive a gift like that. This is indeed quite potent, if you wish to avail of Sanctus' services. But it's not exactly the weapon I'm talking about. Okay. Does Toshio ever talk of how his life was before moving here? Does he ever? I think it's fairly common knowledge he was once part of a treasure hunting group. But the way he brags about it, I bet he was a very popular one. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me, though. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Dirk, Birch, Burka, what was it? Dirchalton. Yeah, that. Were you part of that group by any chance? What do you think? It would explain why you carry such a nice weapon. Probably a treasure you decided to keep, eh? Something like that. Aha! Now I'm even more curious what it's actually worth. You sure I can't trade you something for it? Come on, be a buddy. Nah. Did Toshio ever say anything specific about Dirchalton? We've never had a heart-to-heart. Most of what I know is from the occasional yams he talks about. Finding a stash here, finding off a few raiders there, braving booby traps, hacking things, typical storybook stuff. He sure likes to showboat. Makes him happy and gives him something to hang on to in this world. You'll find hanging on to something is what keeps mankind going. That's deep for a merchant. Is that why you collect all this merchandise? Who knows? Maybe you're right. How long have you been in Shibuya? Ever did business elsewhere? Well, no one just sets up shop here. You're expected to have a bunch of goods already. Otherwise, how are you supposed to trade? So you know how long Toshio's been living here? Can't be certain. Could have been in Shibuya the whole time for all I know. He started getting popular when he brought that dog out a few months ago. It's the first time I ever heard of him. He did tell me he's been living here, I'm just not sure when. Assuming he came to Shibuya to build that dog, well, still wouldn't know how long that'd take. Unless he found a step-by-step guide on how to do it, I guess he did a lot of R&D. Though he probably realized he could build a fully functional robot dog while he was in Shibuya. How come? You want circuit boards, batteries, or dog fur? Shibuya is the place to be. Be the most convenient to start an ambitious pet project here. Don't know anything else that has what Shibuya's got. Pet project, get it? Because Hachiko's a dog? Yeah, okay. I haven't got around to asking him, but do you know where he stays? You're not planning to use that Tonto on the poor child by any chance? No, of course not. Told you he's a friend of mine. I came to visit. Why don't you just ask him yourself? If he's not at the shrine or out and about, he's usually at home. He was a bit busy. Who knew Kid Genius would become a rock star, huh? I see. Well, he lives just right down the street. Go down the street and you'll find his place next to a lamp and a sign. You can't miss it. Is that so? Thanks a lot. I think I'll wait for my Hachiko for a while before checking his place out. Happy hunting! Got the tools if you need them. Knives, ammunition, slingshots, pistols if you can afford them. I'm good, thanks. Okay, so I assume we need to turn around somehow? You guys find anything? Kid seems popular. Robo Hachiko's turned him into a real star. Yeah, he's made quite an attraction for himself. Kinda like what we were trying to do with the band. Nasty Toshi Boy giving people something to be happy about. He's not too shy about Derchalton either. Everyone seems to know of his treasure hunting days. Look who's talking. You've told every single soul in my bar about us. I thought I had to make a connection with you, that's all. Or get as much attention as you could. Good old days, my butt. Guys, we had a good run. I don't see any reason to hide it. What's wrong with telling a few Warforged stories, huh? It's all in good fun. Most locals here know the whole story, though, all the way to Kinkakuji. Speaking of which, did Toshio ever mention anything about a blueprint to you guys? Blueprint? Of what? Kinkakuji? Would such a thing even exist? The place is old even by old world standards. What if someone made a new one? Why do you want to do that? It's probably too... Oh... Yeah, mapping it out could be profitable. Doesn't matter if you have a fake one or not. You just have to con treasure hunters into buying it. Toshio with a blueprint, eh? I don't know. I think he was more interested in figuring out the place himself. You know how he gets his jollies from that stuff? We did do pretty well until that final trap. Kid did everything he could to help us out. Yeah, his research was a huge boon in planning that mission out. But what if he did have a blueprint? Come on, you. Are you seriously doubting Toshio? After all these years? Did you not hear what I just said, you? It's a crazy thought, I know. But that lady couldn't have come up with something like that. Which lady said what? I meant this lady who told me Toshio mentioned something about having Kakuji's blueprint. Oh, great. Some lady. That's all I needed to hear. Let's all put Toshio on trial for treason now. Eiji, would anyone really lie about that? Especially to a stranger? There wouldn't be a reason to, right? Some people just want to watch the world burn. The real question is, who would honestly open up to a stranger? A lot of people tend to mishear things and never bother to get their facts straight. They tell someone, that someone tells another, creating a cycle of misinformation. When that happens, there's no chance of her going back to the real honest truth. The lie becomes the truth in the end. I wouldn't cast doubts on the kid because of this, Yu. He was in Derchalton too. He wanted to succeed like everyone else in the team. And he's your only anchor to the arc being even remotely real. I wouldn't be so quick to judge if I were you. The kid's not a saint, but he doesn't have any reasons to betray us. You're right. His actions have proven more than that gossip. Anyway, I found where he lives. Let's go see our friend. Yep, old man's still rambling. Based on the description I got, this has to be the place. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's see if the kid genius is in. I'm a little disappointed that there's nothing to examine anymore. This is where you live? Not too shabby. Not everyone gets a private home. Nice find. This place is empty when I got here. I was just really lucky, I guess. No kidding. Took a while before we found the stage in Tokyo Dome and decided to settle there. Can't serve you guys anything, though. I only get enough food for the day from the merchants. Don't worry about that. We just want to talk. That talk. Hey, no pressure. Besides, you were looking for the Ark with you since the very beginning, right? Yeah, kind of. Anyone would be curious about the Ark, and I'm still Trichalton at heart. Can't say no when treasure calls, you mean? Not only that, I care about Miho too, and if there's anything I could do to bring her back, I'd do it. This should be easy then. Take the day off, get your beauty sleep, then go find Hayami tomorrow. Sounds like a plan, huh? Do you think Hayami will come with us? It would probably be a challenge to convince her, but once we do that, Midori will be the only one left. And she's too nice to refuse a good cause, especially if it's a favor for you. Psh, so how about it, Toshio? You gonna be ready tomorrow? Look, about that. I can't join you after all. I did some tinkering with the data we retrieved in Nakano, and you wouldn't like what I found. You were able to decipher the data? Not all of it, but I've had some success. I told you all I need was a bit of time. Sanctus wasn't that sloppy with security, though. Kinda impressed. But what if I tell you the Ark is meant to kill people, not save them? That's crazy. Of the many rumors about what the Ark can do, I don't think I ever heard that one. Which is kind of interesting when you think about it. How could the truth be warped in such a way that people are led to believe the complete opposite? What? Stop messing around, Toshio. I'm not messing around. Then at least start making sense. The Ark is supposed to kill who? And how would that even happen? Most of the rumors surrounding the Ark relate to the Old World. In the war that destroyed the Old World, there was one particularly ruthless biological weapon. One that allowed its wielder to target and exterminate people with certain traits. In a war between nations, war between one race against another, can you imagine how powerful a weapon like this would be? They called it the Alsara. Also what? It was terrifying not because it killed indiscriminately, quite the opposite. It targeted a certain type of people, with extreme prejudice. Extreme prejudice totally wouldn't work as a band name. You'll have to enlighten us here, Toshio. Even if I am curious. Even I am curious. It was a complex biological weapon that affected people with certain DNA sequences. Think of it like a cold virus, except it could be configured to kill people with a specific skin color, facial bone structure, or any genetic trait that could be attributed to race. A virus that could spread quickly and kill its victims within days, if not hours. Anyone born of a parent infected by the Alsa-A was bound to the same fate. It didn't matter if you were part of the war effort or not. Soldier or civilian, woman or child, as long as you had the targeted traits, you died. And what's the Ark got to do with that? You're not going to tell me the Ark is that weapon, right? Not necessarily, but remember when we talked about possible functions of the Ark? Like bringing stuff back from the old world? How could I forget? The Alsa-A is a lost technology. It would make sense if the Ark is just some huge hyper-encrypted database. There are many ways, say a computer or database, to figuratively bring back the old world. The question is, to what extent? Sanctifying the Ark to restore technology that can wipe out its foes is a lot more believable than any other vague promise of retrieving anything physical that is lost. You've got to be kidding me. A weapon that kills people because of their genes? That's what the Ark is for? We have to face the facts, you. It makes sense, doesn't it? Why would Sanctus and GPA be willing to sacrifice lives for the Ark? GPA wants to save its people. Sanctus wants to kill all its enemies in one fell swoop. Those are damn good reasons to justify risking the lives of your own people. I must say that's one of the most believable angles I've heard. The thought crossed my mind before. It's probable that the Ark is just some database of lost technology. Even I can believe that. I think you'll agree, right, Gunther? Compared to that, reviving dead people is just so far-fetched, you know? I can see how a database with old world tech can be misconstrued as a device that can bring back the old world. There could be things in there that will take us to the technological level of the old world. Information that can help us understand how industry and agriculture worked before. Or how to fix the power plants or operate the oil wells. That kind of information can give GPA a huge boost in its war effort. Sanctus would easily sacrifice a few grunts to keep something like that for themselves. And then there's the Al-Sa'ah. Right. We don't mean to be insensitive to you, but thinking about it, we could be putting our eggs in the wrong basket, know what I mean? You can't be serious. Do you really believe this, guys? Toshio? I couldn't make this up, you. I've never heard of the Al-Sa'ah or any type of ethnobomb until I looked at the data from Nakano. Are you really going this far just to say no to me, by telling me I could kill a lot of people with specific genetic traits just because I want Miho back? I've read worse from sci-fi ebooks, please. Let's just call it a day, okay? Sleep on it. Maybe you'll feel better tomorrow. We'll all have clearer heads. Sorry to bother you, Toshio. No, stay. If we're gonna talk, let's do it now. I'm not making things up. Ask me about everything that bothers you, if it'll clear your doubts. You were on top of everything back in the day, weren't you? The brain behind every operation. I guess, aside from me, only Eiji cared about careful preparation before going on a hunt. Except he was too lazy to do the research. Yeah, well, I thought he always did research on his own. He just didn't want to share with anyone for some reason. But I think the reason why he never told anyone was that he didn't want us to become overconfident. Before we went on a hunt, he did some homework, maybe formulated a backup plan in his mind, but he never wanted us to be too sure of ourselves. You've done a lot of thinking in the last couple of years. Gotta keep myself occupied. Am I right, though? Pretty much. Not that I didn't trust your plans, but we need the risk factor to keep our eyes open. I agree. No hard feelings. So when we hit Kinkakuji, how foolproof was the plan? You know how it went. We were completely prepared, or so we thought. You couldn't have seen Kinkaku's blueprint and not told us, right? Huh? You're asking me if I had the key to the biggest treasure ever, but I didn't use it the only chance I could? No, I wouldn't do something stupid like that. Unless you're going to imply that I want the treasure for myself, to which I'll say I couldn't get past Kinkakuji's traps on my own anyway. If I had Kinkakuji's blueprint, that would have been the only time to use it. Instead, we went with all the available information about Kinkakuji possibly in existence. I guess. A blueprint of an old temple to survive the war. If it even was still intact when the war broke out. Considering everything we went through to get that final chamber. Anything that would have given us an edge. You couldn't have hidden from us, right? Of course not. Why are you even asking me this? As if I wasn't the most curious about what the Kinkakuji treasure was. Everything that could have helped us get the mission's success chance to 100% I put on the table. You're right. My bad for bringing it up. It's just gossip I wanted to clear with you. Don't mention it. A blueprint? Jeez. I'd love to see that. This ethnobomb. Al-Sa'ah, you called it. You've never mentioned it to me before. That's because I hadn't heard of it before. So did you actually read that in the data we found in Nakano? That box had a lot of content, not all of it important. There were terabytes of ebooks and videos, for example. That many? What about? Everything you could ever think of. We didn't bring enough storage to download everything, but I could tell from the indices that there's a huge library in there. Encyclopedia upon encyclopedia of everything under the sun. There were ebooks about biology, history, psychology, anthropology. There were movies from different time periods, recorded performances, war propaganda, literally everything. That it holds so much information alone makes it a valuable resource. It could turn the rebels into intellectuals. There were ebooks about politics, philosophy, and other subjects you wouldn't want lowly minions to expose themselves to if you were Septimus. You didn't answer my question. There was nothing classified that I haven't already told you about. References to the Ark, an entire thesis on the fabrication of myths surrounding it. Gotta say, Sanctus, whoever gathered the data in that box, knows what people are saying about the Ark. Including the absurd ones like, if you burned 10 cows in front of the Ark, it would summon forth the gods or something like that. You found info about the ethnobomb in that box. Whether we like it or not, the most feasible among the outlandish theories about the Ark is that we can restore old world technology. Or rather, it holds information that can help bring humanity back to the technological level of the old world. Maybe that box is a component of the Ark even. I don't know if it's the Ark itself because of files that reference the Ark as something external. Did you find references to the Al-Sa'ah? Old world technology can mean a lot of things, both good and bad. Everything from nuclear power plants to nuclear weapons. This isn't going anywhere, Toshio. Are you hiding something? Of course we're gonna press. Toshio, stop dodging my question. Did you learn about Al-Sa'ah from that data or not? You, calm down. Why do you have to be so worked up about that? I already told you, I didn't know of the Al-Sa'ah before finding that box. What do you think that means, stupid? Do I have to spell it out to you? Okay, that's enough. I don't see why it's particularly important whether the box contained info about the ethnobomb or not. If it does contain an immense wealth of information, then it wouldn't be surprising if there are references to the Al-Sa'ah. Eiji's right, you. This isn't something to stress over. Am I the only one who feels weird about this? Sure sounded like Toshio was hiding something to me. Okay, let's get down to business, shall we? Because as far as I'm concerned, nothing really matters as long as we can all go find the Ark. What else did the data from Nakano say about the Ark, Toshio? Were you able to locate it? Did you find instructions for activating it? Didn't you listen to a single thing I said? Forget about the Ark. Nothing good will come of it. Even if there is, it'd be at the cost of people's lives. Are you willing to kill for Miho? Is that something she'd want you to do? Think about how you feel. How it broke your heart when we watched her bleed to death. Do you want other people to experience that? Give it up, you. It's not right. We have all lost something. The important part is learning to accept. Is that all? What? You're not going to tell me killing innocent people to bring back the dead is ever going to be right, you. That's not what I'm talking about, Toshio. Our friendship. All those years together as Derchalton. The kindness Miho gave you. She liked you a lot, you know. You two being the same age. At times I felt she was more comfortable with you than with me. She never showed any interest in e-books until we met you. She always asked you to play, remember? When she realized why you kept refusing, she tried to understand what you were into. She often happily told me what she learned from you or your e-books. Did that not mean anything to you? Refusing to do something for her over a half-assed theory. Is that everything the past several years amounts to? Are you giving up now before finding the whole truth about the Ark? I come to you as a friend who needs your help, and you judge my ability to decide what's right when the time comes. What would you know about friendship? Toshio. Just leave me alone. There's nothing I can do for you. Not anymore. I won't be an instrument to genocide. It's as simple as that. And there's nothing else I can help you with. Okay, guys, we're not getting anywhere. Let's call it a day. Gunther's right. You two need to cool your heads a little. Let's go, you. I'm surprised. You handled that really well. What do you mean? He's probably saying we both expected you to just explode. I was ready to take you down in case you went nuts. Oh, I'm trying my best. I'm sure Toshio has his reasons. It wasn't long ago when he was fine with the idea. We hadn't been apart for long before I went to see you, Eiji. So you think his change of heart is all too sudden, Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not discounting what he's saying, too. I have to admit Toshio knows the science better. This Al-Sa'ah is dangerous. But there's just something off about him, changing his mind so suddenly. As if everything we found together no longer matters. That's what really bugs me. We were all about the Ark from the start, and now it's like he doesn't care. He's still gotta care. We don't even know if the Al-Sa'ah is real, or if Sanctus had the resources to create it if they learned how to. All in all, you didn't freak out too bad, so that's good. We can talk about all that later. Right now, we need to think of what to do next. Because it looks like we're sleeping without a roof tonight, and that's the more pressing issue. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the merchants of Shibuya accept wares from local robbers who roam at night. Guys, how about the old art center? It's not that far from here. You feeling classy, G? I'd imagine a place like that would have been looted to hell and back. There isn't really much to see inside anymore, but a small community is formed there. Heard they let people in as long as you don't cause any trouble. We don't really have any leads unless we want to go all the way back to Tokyo Dome. It'd be safer to stay put than to travel that far back late at night. Let's check out the art center out then. If the people there accept outsiders, it's worth a shot. There's also Omotesando Hills. That's where Hayame lives now, right? It's not too far from here either. I heard it's open to outsiders too. Hayame, what do you think, you? See Hayame now or finish business here first? How about we just do the old art center? We might as well, yeah. Closer and safer. And from what I could tell from my patrons back at the bar, it's like you said, Gunther. Should be cozy enough for us. I mean, since we're avoiding Hayame. We're not avoiding Hayame. We just have plenty on our hands right now. Can't just drop everything here, go talk to her, then come all the way back. I still vote for the art center. I love the girl like a sister, but the whole death shtick doesn't make for a good sleep. She's not that bad with her interests. You didn't stay up all night talking with what materials would make a good coffin with her. Toshi was with me and we couldn't sleep at all, especially when she went on about some philosophical spiel about bone necklaces and embalming. The nightmares she gave us, dude. I've been sleeping so well since we all split up, so I'm not sure if I want to start hearing about her hobbies anytime soon. Well, if we don't want to sleep outside, we can give the art center a shot. The art center it is, then. We can take the long stroll back to Gunther's place if all else fails. I really don't like the idea of going all the way back. Let's go see Hayame, then. No way, man. I'm not prepared for that yet. Then shut up and move it. You could be a little more pleasant. This is me being cordial. Fine. Sheesh. I don't know where the art center actually is. That's the thing. Okay, that takes us back. Welcome to our humble abode. We may seem like a bunch of frail old men, but we're all war veterans. This place is as safe as it gets in Novus Tokyo. That's not hard to believe. You guys are armed to the teeth. We know how to use our gear, too. Not that we couldn't live without those. Everyone in here is skilled in close quarters combat, too, armed or otherwise. Awesome. Not to be a rude guest, but just so you know, there's nothing you can rip us off of while we sleep. As if I didn't know that the moment I saw you three at Hachiko. Maybe old, my eyes are sharper than ever. Eiji shrugged. Glad to have your company, then. The pleasure is mine. We don't get a lot of visitors. Not many nomads who need a place to stay like us. Well, friendly ones, but newcomers in Novus Tokyo tend to have the intention of joining Sanctus. That's why they come here in the first place. Aren't you trio chipped? Just me. And I don't like to overstay my welcome at Sanctus settlements. We've got a rebel here, I see. No, not really. I just think Sanctus's resources are better spent on people who need them more. I can get by, and so can these guys. I had a really sweet setup in Akihabara until you came along. Oh yeah? What'd you do back there? Barkeep. Perfect place to drown your sorrows in. Tokyo Dome has a lively community, so we can always find necessities. We're used to fending for ourselves. It's no biggie for us. You're from Tokyo Dome City. I have a few friends there. I did hear it's a nice place, relatively speaking, of course. But if it's a thriving marketplace you're looking for, Shibuya is the place to be. Yeah, we saw a bunch of merchants, not the traveling types too, so business must be great around here. I'm glad it is, kid. Shibuya was a commercial capital in the old world. You could find just about anything you wanted there. Stores, restaurants, everything. Maybe we can restore it to its former glory one day, if everybody works hard enough. You think? Not in our lifetime. You're way too young to say something like that. Even us oldies are crossing our fingers. I didn't mean to be so cynical about it. It's all good. But if people pitched in and lend a hand, things would be a whole lot better. Anyway, feel at home. You can sleep wherever or talk to the guys if you're up for some conversation. Thank you. You're Feldkrau's new friends? You can say that. We just met earlier today. Good. Good. Yeah. He can barely keep up. I should leave him alone. Telling you, Sentai man, Sentai! They're real! Sure. I'm serious. Why are you looking at me like I'm some kind of idiot? No reason. Screw you too. What's going on over here? Hey boy, you like Sentai? What now? Sentai. You know, the kind of superheroes your mom would tell you about when she tucked you in at night? Except they're not bedtime stories because they're real. Can't say I'm too familiar with them. Flamboyant TV show characters. Whatever this guy says, don't listen to him, boy. Sentai heroes are super cool. And they're not fictional characters, they're real. I know a certain group that calls themselves Sentai Oldies. How do you figure that? Superheroes are good at hiding in plain sight. You never know it, but they do remove their costumes and live normal lives outside fighting crime. I don't think anyone would want to be in a full body outfit 24/7 anyway. I'd believe that. You'd be surprised. They always have to be ready for crime, so most of them carry their costumes all the time. They even wear them underneath their civilian clothes, too. That's when trouble comes knocking, they throw off their civilian duds and bam! Ready for action. But they like to keep their identities a secret. It's a Sentai thing, you see. So they can't wear their costumes under their clothes. Too obvious. Maybe they don't have the time to make a costume change like that. So they do the next best thing. They use a fantastic gizmo like a wristwatch, a cell phone, a ring, whatever, and then they turn into Sentai Oldies. Bam! You're awfully knowledgeable about them. You think? Maybe you should listen to what I'm saying. Signs of aging. They hide in plain sight, remember? Okay, so what you're saying is... they're masters of disguise. I can never tell who's a member even if he's right in front of me. Correct. They're amazing, aren't they? On the outside, they might pretend to be frail old people who soil their pants. But when they put their costumes on, they're crime-fighting superheroes. Yeah, amazing. Right? Wouldn't you want to shake hands with one of them? Here, take my hand. Old Soldier 1 forces his hand on to use. My grip is weak, right? So very weak. I bet the Sentai Oldies have strong grips. Yeah, maybe. Super grips. You get the idea. I like you, young man. Thanks. Because of that, I'll let you in on a secret. You see, I'm actually... oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just a fan of the Sentai Oldies like you are, see? Whatever. Nothing's on. I guess even Sanctus propagandists know when to sleep. That doesn't look too comfy. Beggars can't be choosers. At least we need a chip to find a place to sleep. Yep. I don't think the old guys are trying to harm us in our sleep either. Hey, it's not like I was really complaining. We've had it worse before, right? Fine, let's get some shut-eye. Not happy when you're so goddamn loud. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to do here. I'm gonna leave the Sentai dude alone.